you're all fantastic. On today's installment of 5-Minute Licks, I want to give you 3 straightforward exercises that you can incorporate into your practice routine. Doesn't matter what level you're playing at, doesn't matter what style of music you like to play. I feel like these have been very beneficial to my playing, and I want to share them with you. So we're going to dive straight in and begin by talking about vibrato and how you can practice and calibrate your vibrato. You'll hear the cliche a lot that vibrato is a guitar player's sonic fingerprint and that there's something innate about it and you can't really practice it or teach it. Now, I definitely agree that a vibrato that is pleasant to listen to, that has a particular character, can be a great identifier for you as a guitar player. But I don't agree with the statement that you can't practice it and you can't teach it. So here's a very straightforward drill I want you to try just to get the ideas flowing when it comes to practicing vibrato. And they're going to revolve around your vibrato being in tune and your vibrato being in time. So let's take any note on the guitar. I'm going to choose fret 7 on the G string in standard tuning. It's a D note. I want you to practice sliding up and back by 1 fret or 1 semitone on the guitar to whatever tempo you like as a quarter note pulse. So if our tempo is 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to replicate sliding up and down to that beat. Then I'm going to recreate it by bending up and back by a semitone and bending down and back by a semitone, like this. From here, we can change up the rhythmic subdivision that we're using. We could do it twice as fast. So we'd be playing 8th notes against that tempo, like so. The important thing is that we are still playing a rhythmic subdivision that's in time with our pulse. And that is just going to work really well musically because your vibrato is going to be locked in to the tempo that you're playing. You can then increase the pitch if you like. If you want more of a wide rock vibrato, try a whole tone up or 2 frets, something like this. You don't have to do this very long. I normally do this at the start of a practice session to kind of calibrate my feel on a particular guitar. And it doesn't really have to sound that good in isolation, as long as when you move into the rest of your practice session and you actually play some musical ideas, that you feel a bit more in control of your vibrato and you see it as a musical device and not just some random wiggle. The next idea to practice, again, revolves around vibrato, but you can use this with bending as well. And all it entails is, rather than applying vibrato to the beginning of every single note, is to wait a single beat or 2 beats while you're playing. So again, if I played a phrase like this, I could first try to apply an immediate vibrato to the very last note on there. But have a listen to that now if I just wait a single beat on there, something like this. The same thing when you apply vibrato to a bend. And I think the reason this works is if you're so used to hearing that embellishment at the end of the note, hearing a note with no vibrato actually builds some musical tension. Then you get the expressiveness brought in. So rather than, again, it just be a random wiggle, having the vibrato in time and where the vibrato starts in time can be a really effective musical proposition. The last musical idea to incorporate into your practice is to play fingerstyle. So don't be afraid to put your pick down. One exercise that I really like is playing something like the A string with my thumb and then the D and the G string on some dyad ideas. You know, if you took fret 2 on the D and G, then 5 and 7 on there, you get something like this. really like the sound of flesh on the strings for playing rhythm guitar, and I think it also works really nice when you're playing lead guitar as well. Don't be afraid to just take a stock lick that you already know how to play and try to figure out how to do it with your picking hand, thumb, and fingers, something like this. My advice would be to start with one of these ideas and see if you can incorporate it into your regular practice session with the aim over a couple of weeks to be using all of them as part of your practice rotation. Let me know how you like the ideas in the comments section below. And if you like these kind of lessons, there is a whole archive available on my Patreon with new content being added regularly. It's linked in the video description. Go and play your guitars and make some glorious guitar noises, and I'll see you on the next one.